for all those who show up at the cosplay event on May 31st. A picture of your loved one in a keychain, free of charge. Come to my table and be presented with your gift. See you there.
Get your free custom locket when you submit the form. Upload a photo, tell us who you're remembering, and we'll create a keepsake you can hold close forever.
Hello, my name is Tana Crumbly Hassan. I am a mother, I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm an educator and an advocate and a leader. Working in the community, giving back. Give back to our community and we make it a better place. Know that you are loved, and that's all you need. You're loved by the Most High, by your ancestors, by your spirit guides, by your spirit team. You are loved. Most importantly, you need to love yourself.
Did you know that many people still believe myths about depression? Let's uncover 5 myths you need to stop believing. Myth 1. Depression is just sadness. In reality, depression can include a range of symptoms beyond just feeling sad. Myth 2. You can just snap out of it. This myth undermines the complexity of mental health conditions. Myth 3. Depression only affects adults. In fact, children and teenagers can also experience depression. Myth 4. Medication is the only solution. While medication can help, therapy and lifestyle changes also play a key role. Finally, Myth 5. Depression is a sign of weakness. This misconception ignores the medical nature of depression. Understanding these myths is crucial for better mental health awareness. So, what will you do with this new knowledge?
Listen, I'm not even sure if I've had the accurate publishing experience because in vivo exposure publishing made like everything so simple and easy. And I wonder, is this how it always is? Or is this just the thing that's going to like jumpstart me getting into this, right? Like there were no hiccups. It was easy peasy. So, does this like prepare me to deal with the difficult stuff? Because everything can't be as seamless as it was. This process was amazing. They took care of everything that I couldn't do or took the lead on the things I didn't want to do, but I needed to do, right? So it really just made it step by step. Do this, do that, do this, right? So it's like when you're writing, like this big paper, like a thesis or a dissertation, right? You break them down into chapters and then you break the chapters down even more into like bite-sized pieces. And then you build on that. And then before you know it, you have this finished piece. And that's how it was with in vivo exposure. Just these small bite-sized things that you can do quickly, efficiently. And the next thing you know, you turn around and you've got almost a completed project. So this was a great experience with them and I would highly recommend.
Hi, my name is Linda Stowe from I Remember, and I'd like to give a free gift to you for all those who show up at the cosplay event on May 31st. A picture of your loved one in a keychain, free of charge. Come to my table and be presented with your gift. See you there.
Get your free custom locket when you submit the form. Upload a photo, tell us who you're remembering, and we'll create a keepsake you can hold close forever.
And so I was very frustrated with my parents because they kept flipping it as how could you do this to us? How could you do this to the people that you love? And in that state of mind where it really is survival, it really is tunnel vision. It is fight or flight. I don't want to be here. This place, this earth is not safe to me. I want to leave. There's nothing that they could have said. There's nothing that they could have done in that moment to convince me that I belonged here on this earth. And so then pivoting it to them about how much it would hurt them and talking about them and me, it just felt selfish and I felt unsupported.
It's like more pressure pressure
Yeah.
on top of like, all right, you know what? Now I got, fuck it, I'm really about to go.
Because the problems that I was facing does not change. Whether you love me or not, whether you want to be here for me or not, whether you're going to miss me or not, the problems that I was facing and the experiences that I went through, they cannot be erased. They do not change. And so, and also a lot of times when people are very frustrated with their loved ones going through depressive episodes or even suicidal episodes, it's a brain chemistry thing as well. People are not understanding the true physiological sickness of some of the mental illness or mental health issues that people are experiencing. I had hypothyroidism that was diagnosed at 2019, but I had it for much longer. I had a thyroid they said of a 64-year-old when I was 24 and 25. And a lot of the physiological symptoms of hypothyroidism is lack of sleep or oversleeping, right? Depression, right? All of these different things that look and feel like depression and also suicidal ideation. Part of it really was the chemical imbalance in my body and my vitamins being off as well. In addition, I am a Black woman. We are so prone to vitamin D deficiencies. Vitamin D deficiencies can also affect your mood, low mood, depressive symptoms, that sort of thing. That's why you have people in Alaska, right, who don't get a lot of sunlight. They also have like weather-induced or seasonal-induced depression. It's a very real thing. And so I want people to think about all of the different ways and the different things that could be affecting this individual and how they are feeling this low mood or the suicidal ideation. It literally may be a chemical imbalance or a physiological imbalance. Or again, it may be from some unworked through trauma. Either way, irregardless, you cannot center yourself in your loved one's crises. That's not helpful. It's not helpful at all, and it's going to cost lives. So I really encourage people to do QPR training. And at least if you don't do the training, find ways to not center yourself in your loved one's crises, because it's going to be all the better. And they're going to be feeling so much more open about the things that they're experiencing and coming to you to seek that help.
All right, real quick.
Imagine stepping into a therapy session, feeling unsure and overwhelmed. But what if you could walk in with confidence and a clear mind? At the Eudaimonia Project, we bridge the gap between uncertainty and empowerment, providing tools and guidance to help individuals make the most of their journey. Inspired by the challenges many face when seeking mental health support, we set out to create a space where preparation meets progress. We understand that the first step into therapy, it can be daunting. That's why we offer essential prep work through workshops, support groups, and educational resources. Our services are designed to empower you. From interactive workshops and support groups to comprehensive resources, we ensure that you're ready for every step of your therapeutic journey. Join us at the Eudaimonia Project. Together, we can transform uncertainty into confidence and make a lasting impact on your mental health journey. Let's bridge the gap to a brighter future.
My name is Linda Stowe, and I am with I Remember LLC. Have you ever had a loved one to pass away? Whether it was a family member, a friend, or even a pet, and that death shook you to your core? Well, I have. When I lost my mom, who's actually my grandmother, every nerve in me shook violently at the thought that we would not communicate as we had done countless times before. I didn't want to let her go. It was devastating, really. I couldn't believe that she was gone. The thought that this person brought me into the world, brought me to her house when I was first born, and then I wouldn't communicate with her as I had done many times before, every day. And I didn't want to let her go. So I thought about, how can I do this? How can I move from this place to the next place without her? Now, all of my life, she's been here. But then I thought about the healing power of remembrance and how she's not here, but I'm here. And I am part of her. Her blood is within me. So how can she be gone? She's not gone. So then I thought about, I said, well, how can I have a physical symbol of her? Because I'm used to speaking to her every day. I would call her every day and say, what are you doing? She'd say, I'm just sitting and looking. I said, well, what are you looking at? She never said what she was looking at most of the time, but those are minor words. Yet those are words that I look forward to hearing. And then all of a sudden, I wouldn't hear those words anymore. And I thought about how can I maintain that? So I looked in the marketplace and I didn't see anything that captured my attention, that gave me what I wanted. And because of the emptiness that I felt, it was like, how can I satisfy this need? I thought about, well, how can I have a physical symbol of her? I'm so used to talking to her every day. And sometimes I would go to the phone to get ready to pick up the phone and say, oh, I can't call her. So then I thought about, well, how can I satisfy this? Because I was just lonely and heartbroken. And not that it's not, we don't expect that. But when it hits your door, oh my goodness, it's a different story. When it hits your door with someone that you really, really care about. So I looked in the marketplace, I couldn't find anything, and I just started doodling and started praying, whatnot, and saying, well, what can I do? How can I do this? Then I started looking for something that saves remembrance, and I couldn't find anything. So I've had a lot of failures and whatnot. I kept looking for this and that, and I finally came up with a puzzle piece, and there's a piece missing from the puzzle. And I thought, well, how can I create this? How can I get this going? And I've kept thinking about it, and I thought about the healing power of remembrance. And I looked at the thing and I said, you know what? We need something to inspire an atmosphere of remembrance. And that's the whole purpose of this, is to inspire an atmosphere of remembrance by cherishing memories and honoring legacies. This is a symbol that I hope will be a national symbol for remembrance. It is a puzzle piece, and each piece is interconnected. Each piece are members of our family, and the empty space is the person who passed away. So we want to honor that person. So one of the things that I've thought about is this symbol, the color blue represents happiness and sadness at the same time. And I thought about, how can I make this a national symbol? How can I, when we wear these apparel, because sometimes words are not adequate always to express your emotions. So I thought, a symbol is a perfect way to express how you feel and to have that connection that you really want. So this heart-shaped symbol, as you hear, I have it in jewelry because I wanted to wear this as a sign that she's still here, that they're still here. And think about it. Everybody wants to be remembered for the good that they've done in their life. I want to be remembered, of course. So why would we not allow our family members whom we love and care about to be remembered? When people are alive, you don't always know that you love them. You don't even think about it, really. You just kind of accept that they're there. But when they're not there, because I knew I loved her, but I didn't know that I loved her that deep. I just didn't know it until now. And every time I think about her, I think about all the things that she did. I think about the funny things that she used to talk about. I think about we had this thing that we would do to one another. And then she did it really for all of her children and all the people that knew her, really. So we often now talk about some of the things that she would do, some of the things that she would say. And I was just telling you about the picking up the phone and say, well, what are you doing? She said, I'm just doing talk. Well, I said, what does that mean? Well, I don't know. But I still look forward to those words, even though just the fact of being close to her. So when we think about it, that's what it means to me. And we as a family, we've had our family reunions for almost 60 years. And almost every year we've had them, and for the same reason. But we all feel close to her by having these family reunions. And we talk about her all the time. We laugh about it. We sit around and talk about it. And just the different funny things that she does and things that she taught us how to do, because she helped to make us who we are. Her name is Williams. Yeah, Maddie Williams Whitley. So when I initially started, I had a square puzzle piece because I have a military line and a pet line. And when I can't artistically draw. So I wanted to do in a heart, shape of a heart, but I didn't really do it at first. The first thing I started with was an elephant, trying to figure out something with an elephant. That didn't work. And then I did the puzzle piece, but I had an open piece. I had 3 pieces instead of 4 pieces. And so I got that patent and whatnot. I sold a lot of military stuff and whatnot. But then I was having difficulties finding a way to manufacture the items that I needed. And I wanted to manufacture, I felt like I needed a signature line, a signature piece, just one piece that was a signature piece. And so I went to one jeweler and we actually drew sketched out the puzzle piece itself. And I looked at it, I said, this is perfect. This is exactly what I was looking for. I still got to find somebody to make it. But so the pieces are interconnected and they represent pieces to each member of the family. And then I think about the color of blue. Blue is happiness and sadness. Because sometimes you say, well, I'm blue, but it means you're sad. But then when blue skies, you're really, really happy, right? So I thought that then I would have a lighter shade, which showed that this is a person that's missing. Because remember, words are not always adequate. And I wanted a symbol that spoke without a word. And so if I have a symbol that speaks without a word, then when anyone sees that symbol, they're going to know that I'm honoring someone. I'm honoring. And people, because people are always looking, grief is always running in the background, in the back of your mind. So why not bring it out and not feel like it's strange that you thinking about your loved one? So it's an invitation to create an atmosphere of remembrance. It's an invitation to say, yes, it's okay for you to remember the people that are no longer here. Sometimes you don't really know what love really feels like until you don't mix your water till the well run dry. And because I knew I loved her, but I didn't think about it. I never knew I loved her this much. I didn't. And this journey has been for me 18 years, working on this, trying to get this going because I couldn't stop, because I was just driven. And when I talked to other people, they felt the same way too. They felt like my loved one is not here and I can't do anything about it. And no, we can't do anything about it, but we can remember them. Because think about it. There's no greater gift than the gift of life. And that gift is made more precious when it's filled with the memories we create with our loved ones. But as time and lives pass away, sometimes it's hard to hold on to those memories. Well, no, we can't replace them, but we can remember them. We can create a structured way to remember them and to let them know, let them know that we haven't forgotten them. Because whatever we believe, we don't know if they can see us or not. But it wouldn't be nice to know that they realize that we know that they're still there and they haven't been forgotten, that they know that. It's like the Mexicans or the other cultures. They have different cultures that honor their deceased loved one in different ways. We want to honor them every day. And how we do that is having this symbol. This symbol is going to be a recognized symbol. It's what my hope is, that will be a recognized symbol for remembrance, not necessarily grief, because grief says that I'm not passing. They don't want us to grieve. They want us to live the life that they have lived and better than what they've done. So we're not grieving. We are celebrating. So celebrating their life. We're celebrating the time that we had with them. We're celebrating the information and the shared memories that we've shared with them. And then we pass them on to our children. We pass on to them not only what they taught us, but through them, our children are blessed. So then how can we do this? By being reminded that when we see this, we too can have a smile. We think about them. We think about some of the things that they did, some of the places that you all went together and whatnot. Then you put a smile on your face. I just yesterday got a testimonial from a young lady that I had given one of the items to. And she expressed it so profoundly that it made my heart just get so warm and full. It's in my phone right now. So I'll use that on my website, because I said, well, give me something. And two of them, actually, two yesterday. And one says that my heart just feels so warm when I think about him. And one had bought the necklace. She said, I haven't taken it off because I feel close to him. I said, that's the emotions that I really wanted, to let them know that just because they are not here, we haven't forgotten them. And then to let us know that they're not gone. Think about the legacies. You don't want your legacy to die. You don't want that your family taught you all the things that we went through and whatnot. You don't want that to die. Mm-hmm. So why not promote that now? To give you a moment, Cal, gonna take you away for a minute. And one of the things that I did for that was my cup. I have a cup that I was to put on my desk. And it's actually a silhouette of my grandmother. It's the puzzle piece and the silhouette of her. And sometimes when I would get down and whatnot, at work or whatnot, I was just feel like I just look at her over there and I was like, I can take another minute. It takes me from 1 minute to an hour until then I'm okay. One of the things that I'd like to think about is a profound emotional and psychological benefit of being able to remember, of being able to share, to being able to realize that death cannot break the bonds of love. And how do we do that? One of the things we can think about is, when you think about profound emotional, think about something tangible. Think about something that's personalized. Think about something that oftentimes you could just take a cup. Say, have a cup of tea on me. If I have a friend and I wanted to let them know that I understand that this may not be the best time for them, say it's Mother's Day or whatever, and I know that they need to pick her up, I may give them a cup and say, have a cup of tea on me. Think about your loved one. Sit there, meditate on some of the funny things that you all did, some of the different activities that you all did, some things that just let your heart be full of the joy that you had with your loved one. I want to invite you, first of all, to create an atmosphere of remembrance. That's what I'm doing. I'm creating an atmosphere of remembrance by cherishing memories and honoring legacies. And this is who I'm honoring. I'm honoring my mom, who's actually my grandmother. I'm honoring her memory and her legacy. I invite you to remember your loved one, the one that you love, to come on this journey with me. Let's figure out how we can keep them in the forefront of our life. One of the ways we can do that is just have personalized things. Just have things around you and talk about them. Don't think that just they're gone and people will think it's strange. Talk about them. Talk about the things that you all used to do. That I think about his grandfather. Now, he would sit up there like this and say, oh, and just start talking with his eyes closed. So we talk about him all the time. And my children, when they see them, when they just talk about, they start. So these are just funny things. They just start laughing at him and start laughing at. And he just sit up there with his eyes closed. And my husband does the same thing too. He sit there and was talking with his eyes closed. And it's like, well, why don't you open your eyes? But they don't. But these memories just give you heartwarming things to remember and to know about the people that you love. I think about my husband's grandmother, Miss Vic. I call her Miss Vic, sweet lady. Really small teeth. But she was the sweetest little woman you ever did know. She always trying to feed you though. So I want you to share. I invite you to remember those things, to remember to let your children know that you have a legacy, to let your children know that it's okay, that we're going to be okay. And words are not always adequate. They're just not. But without speaking a word, my heart-shaped puzzle can say, death cannot break the bonds of love. I remember your life and you will always be with me. Please invite your family, your friends, and let them know that you haven't forgotten them. Everybody wants to be remembered. Don't you want to be remembered? I invite you in. Thank you. Hi, my name is Linda Stowe from I Remember, and I'd like to give a free gift to you for all those who show up at the cosplay event on May 31st. A picture of your loved one in a keychain, free of charge. Come to my table and be presented with your gift. See you there.
Get your free custom locket when you submit the form. Upload a photo, tell us who you're remembering, and we'll create a keepsake you can hold close forever.
When I wear this heart, I remember.
Remarkably effective in helping both parents and teachers. Teachers were a big part of what he worked on, to provide education for teachers to help get more cooperation from kids. So he really had a big influence. And out of him, a gentleman named Drankers.
Hello, my name is Tana Crumbly Hassan. I am a mother, I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm an educator and an advocate and a leader, working in the community, giving back. give back to our community, and we make it a better place. Know that you are loved, and that's all you need. You're loved by the Most High, by your ancestors, by your spirit guides, by your spirit team. You are loved. Most importantly, you need to love yourself.
Did you know that you can create music with AI? I'm going to show you how I use my creativity plus cutting edge tools to make music right at home. Let's get started.
Yeah, I'm rising up, got my vision clear. Hustling day and night, no room for fear. Started from the bottom, now I'm climbing the ranks. But it's more than rap, it's the checks and the banks. Negotiations tight, I'm the one in control. Think like an executive, that's how I roll.
Hey, I'm Emmanuel Sims. I'm a film producer, a storyteller, and a music creator. Today, I'm going to show you how I make music with AI. A lot of times I might need some music for my videos and I don't want it to get flagged, but I'm looking for a certain vibe, maybe for a product, maybe for just to keep it interesting. Maybe I want to lead the audience on a mystery, or I want to have them visualizing or hearing what they're visualizing while they're watching my videos. So I'm going to show you how I use AI to get my songs out of my head. Since the dawn of AI, it has been a true game changer to how I create from scripts. I'm not reading this off a script. Clearly, but just creating content has been so much easier, less barriers, less financial constraints. So if that's for you, this is for you. Let's watch this video. Let's dive in. AI tools like TAD, they're not here to replace creativity. Instead, they're here to enhance it. It's like having an extra collaborator to spark ideas, make beats, or even come up with some melodies. Now, we've all had that friend that we try to take to the studio with us and they just had how they think they should do it. We don't have to deal with that anymore. You can get your ideas and only deal with how the AI did and kind of messed it up. This is TAD AI. And as I mentioned, sometimes we might need it to create music for things that we don't want to get flagged for royalty this and royalty that. For instance, I'm the writer of Act Like a Rapper, Think Like an Executive. It's a book that tells artists like yourself who might be watching this video how to structure your organization, your rap career, like a business, not just a rapper. So one of those things that I found is making music and distributing it under what I call shadow artists, which is different titles and different names to help make money as an artist while still pursuing my own rap career as Overtime Sims. So in this book, I talk about all the tips that you need from building your team, growing your network, creating music, developing your music, creating videos for your music, finding more purpose from your music. I teach you everything you need to know as an artist so that you're no longer scrambling the open mic scene and just trying to figure out what you're going to do next. On top of that, I'm going to show you how I'm going to make a marketing song just for this book. Yes, you heard it. I'm going to remix this book and turn it into a song. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to name it the name of the book. So what's the name of the book? Act Like a Rapper, Think Like an Executive. Executive. Yeah, you know, some stuff is just out of my wheelhouse. So, guys, we can do it two different ways in TAD. We can choose to do TAD v.1 or version 0.2. Just for the sake of time, I'm gonna stick with version 0.1 because they give you the most capabilities. All right, so what is this book about? This book is about artists who's trying to get out there, trying to change the game, trying to do things for themselves. Now, TAD AI has so many amazing features. Like, you can either create a song from scratch, or you can give your concept to it using this AI generator and have it create a song for you. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna do just that. I'm gonna tell it about my book. The rapper, think like an executive, is an extraordinary tale about how one chases their dream by putting the business first. I want to create a catchy song about putting the business first, not just the music. So boom, simple, straight to the point. Might need to go back and fix a couple of spaces in that. Let me see.
Hello, my name is Tana Crumbly Hassan.
You have the white picket fence, palm trees slinging in the air, and clouds that are so close to the earth you can almost touch them. They just sit up there living their best life, bro. Clouds got the best job. You have the white picket fence, palm trees slinging in the air, and clouds that are so close to the earth you can almost touch them. They just sit up there living their best life, bro. Clouds got the best job.
You ever think the clouds get depressed living their best life?
Of course. How else would you explain the rain?
I remember your voice, I remember your smile, I remember the way you held me, even just for a while. I remember the light, I remember the rain.
Get your free custom locket when you submit the form. Upload a photo, tell us who you're remembering, and we'll create a keepsake you can hold close forever.
When I wear this heart, I remember, I remember, I remember.
Have you heard about I Remember? They create products that help keep memories alive.
Yes. I love how they focus on honoring the legacies of loved ones.
Exactly. Their custom photo locket is a beautiful way to keep personal memories close.
And the keepsake bears are such a comforting reminder of those we've lost.
I read that cherishing memories can actually provide emotional healing.
That makes sense. Memories help us feel connected to our loved ones, even after they're gone.
And the testimonials really highlight how impactful these products can be.
Absolutely. It's amazing how something tangible can bring such comfort.
Plus, they offer free shipping and secure checkout, which makes it so easy to order.
And don't forget the free book on finding resilience through memories. That's a great resource.
For sure. It all emphasizes the importance of keeping memories alive.
It's really about healing through remembrance, and I Remember does that beautifully.
Imagine stepping into a therapy session, feeling unsure and overwhelmed. But what if you can walk in with confidence and a clear mind? At the Eudaimonia Project, we bridge the gap between uncertainty and empowerment, providing tools and guidance to help individuals make the most of their journey. Inspired by the challenges many face when seeking mental health support, we set out to create a space where preparation meets progress. We understand that the first step into therapy, it can be daunting. That's why we offer essential prep work through workshops, support groups, and educational resources. Our services are designed to empower you. From interactive workshops and support groups to comprehensive resources, we ensure that you're ready for every step of your therapeutic journey. Join us at the Eudaimonia Project. Together, we can transform uncertainty into confidence and make a lasting impact on your mental health journey. Let's bridge the gap to a brighter future.
I forgot my nerves are bad. I don't remember.
Not my mark. Practice it. We're gonna go to the next thing. That is it. Yeah. So how you doing? Yeah, I'm great. I can't complain. So I'm excited. So your goal is to turn your emblem to a global brand of remembrance.
Yes, that's what it is.
Yeah, you're excited.
I'm very excited.
Good.
I can't tell you how excited I am.
Hello, everyone. My name is Emmanuel Sims, and today on this live shopping opportunity, we have Miss Linda Stowe from I Remember. I met her not too long ago, and we discussed this brand that she brought together. She's been working on this brand for well over 20 years, but I'm gonna let her tell it. Ms. Linda Stowe, welcome.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. So tell us about I Remember.
I Remember is a labor of love.
Okay.
The greatest gift that we can have, the greatest legacy we can have, is to be remembered by those we have touched or loved. But in this world today, where's the symbol that talks about them? Where's the remembrance? Where's the voice that speaks for them? Today, there is not a universal symbol that honors our departed loved ones.
Why do you think that is?
I think nobody ever really thought about it as a group. But when I saw it, I thought, well, can I say what my story was?
Please.
Okay. When I lost my mom, which is actually my grandmother, every nerve in me shook violently at the thought that I wouldn't see her anymore. And we wouldn't communicate as we had done countless times before. I didn't want to let her go. And I thought about it. I said, okay, I need a physical symbol. I need something. I need a tangible item to hold on to. And I looked in the marketplace and I didn't find what resonated with me. Then when I realized that there's not a real symbol that talks about remembrance. There are different items and whatnot, but there's not a brand. And I thought about it. How can we make this a brand? Because our deceased loved ones, we love them.
Absolutely.
Why should we forget them?
Absolutely.
Why should they be forgotten or any of those things? So I thought about it. And I thought about the healing power of remembrance and how it creates a sense of warmth. And it carries you through the turbulent times of your life. So there's so many things that, this does for you. So I was like, how can I do this? Because I needed a tangible symbol. I needed a physical object to actually hold and to touch, since I couldn't see her, talk to her anymore.
And you talk about that in the book. There's a digital download that's available on the site right now. Yes. And the name of that book is?
I Remember.
I Remember. You talk about the healing power of remembrance. I read it myself on the way here. And I think sometimes we underestimate, we try to push things down. We try to hide them. We try to bury them. But there's joy in remembering Papa. There's joy in remembering my dad, who passed in 2017. And I think about, he grabbed my hand one day. He needed me for support because he was wavering, and I'm like, you're my pop. Why are you need me? Why are you dependent on me when I'm supposed to be dependent on you? But that memory gives me so much strength that it enlightens me and pushes me to be a better father. So I love the story. There were so many excerpts that really just reminded me to never stop remember. I won't forget. I can't forget. I will remember. Thank you. Absolutely.
And that's why I thought about, why don't we come up with a symbol? A heart is a timeless symbol. It's just timeless. So now, okay, we're going to come up with, look at the interconnection of a puzzled heart. Think about a puzzled heart. It's interconnected. That puzzled heart shows the interconnection and the bond that we share with one another. But then there's a missing piece. That's a piece that's missing.
And this is the heart here, right?
Yes. There's a piece that's missing. That piece that's missing represents the person who passed away. So we don't ever want to forget that they were there, because they made us who we are.
Absolutely.
The color blue represents happiness and sadness. So why not bring that to the forefront of our life? Why not? Because people are thinking about it all the time. They're thinking about their loved ones and whatnot. They use body art to talk about their loved ones.
Yes.
So why not?
I'm tatted up, y'all. I got some tattoos. Listen,
right.
I remember.
Right. So why not bring it to the forefront? Have a specific brand that just focuses on remembering. And these products, the blue color represents happiness and sadness.
Do you have any tattoo decals coming soon? That might be.
I don't have
That's
any.
not a bad idea. Now I know you were trying to find something for the men as you progress, but yeah, now you say it, get some body art. Maybe get the I remember tattoo. I don't know, just whatever. It just came to my mind. But the products that we do have here, is there anyone that stands out to you most?
They were all meticulously chosen just for this reason, because I wanted to be something that people wanted, something that they could wear, something that they could take with them, something that they would be proud of. So each and every one of them has a different function.
Okay.
But the whole thing is to sort of personalize as many as I can to actually show that death cannot break the bonds of love. For instance, I know you know which one to start with. Let's look at the bracelet.
We want to start with the bracelet?
Yes.
Sure, let's start with the bracelet.
This bracelet has my symbol on it. And it is a puzzle piece right here that you see right here. And there's a piece missing, meaning that I'm honoring someone. This particular one can be personalized with a name. So there is the ability to do that.
So we can put the names on this bracelet here.
Up to so many characters.
How many characters can we?
Up to 10 characters.
Oh, that's perfect.
On each side.
On each side.
Yes, because this one just says I love you.
I love you.
And this one just says I'm mom. But I have some that are a little bit longer.
Okay.
That say that. So this is one of my special ones, and a lot of people just wear it and just carry their loved one with them.
And you almost don't. It doesn't look like It looks like it's a part of the jewelry. It looks like it's. You wouldn't think unless you get close up to it that it has such a significant value. But I see it, and it means a lot to you. I'm gonna have you look over here for this one. Yeah.
Because it's a personal thing that we carry with us about our loved ones.
Lower down.
And then, of course, it does have some other symbols up there. The regular, we have 2 or 3 other symbols up there that we thought would be interesting enough for, people just to wear and whatnot, and to use it as a fashion piece also. But the main point of it is to carry your loved one with you. That's the whole main point. Then when I think about, let's look at this heart-shaped puzzle piece here. Now, remember I said I wanted to carry something with me? On this side is the emblem, but on the other side, guess what? Is the one we love. So you don't have to take it out. You don't have to open it up. Once it goes in there, it's in there for life, and all you have to do is turn it around.
Now, what's the price for this one right here? If they wanted those at home that are shopping now, you see this in the below. Tell us about this.
This one is sterling silver.
Sterling silver,
and
right?
This one is $149. It's on sale for $149.
And what's the normal price?
$250.
$250. So today, just for today, and I think you see the red blinker at the bottom. You have a little less than an hour to go ahead and get your hands on this silver locket. I remember, I won't forget. You need to get this locket right now. Tell us your fondest memory of this locket. Give us a story.
This is actually my grandmother. This is my grandmother right here. And like I said, she was my mom, but in reality, she was technically my grandmother. But in every sense of the word, she was my mom.
So I'm so curious when you say that. So she was your grandmother, but she was your mother.
She was my mother because she raised me from the time I came home from the hospital until today.
Wow.
So how can you forget someone? How can that special to you, who took care of you, did everything that she could possibly do? That's like any other mother, good grandmother would do, or like a mother, someone who is a mother figure. They cared for you. They took care of you. They did everything that they could possibly do. Why would you forget them? Even though we know technically you're never going to forget them.
Absolutely.
So we're not saying that you actually forget them, but why not keep them in the forefront of your life? Why not do that? Because they taught you to be who you are. They are still here because you are here. They're still here because their blood runs in you. So they're not gone. And sometimes we think about our loved ones and we miss them and whatnot. But just be reminded. Okay, she's here. When you need a moment, just to think about it. You need a moment just to remember and to regurgitate and all the things that.
I think we all need a moment.
Yeah, we do.
I think a lot of times, especially when I look at this piece, it really, am I good? It really stands out. It has a shine to it. It has the homely feel. It reminds you of grandma. It feels like grandma. It feels like love. It feels like kindness. And you guys can have this for a special price, limited time. Just during this live, you can get this beautiful mosaic of a piece that you can have with you everywhere that you go. Always remembering the ones that you love.
Yes. And don't forget about your bracelet.
Okay.
Wear it, carry it with you. And then just because during the daytime sometimes you just might need to pick a rubber. Why not use our cup?
Oh.
Our cup says the same thing. I remember. And oftentimes I used to use this, especially at my desk, when sometimes I just needed, I would be down a little bit. I have this little cup sitting on the side of my desk, and I'd look over there at it and say, okay, I can take it.
But do you actually drink coffee?
I don't.
Do you drink any tea, any sort?
I drink water mostly.
So have you ever had water out of this mug?
I do have.
You have? I'm going to tell you, if I was to have something out of this mug, it would be probably something like a caramel latte, so I can remember how good that tastes. You know, if somebody help me out, you know. But so, speaking of these,
what you could be doing is sharing with your loved ones. Hey, you're having a cup of latte with your loved one because you're saying, I remember. Who do you remember? The person that's missing from your life.
Yeah, it's kind of like keeping people close while you have them.
Yes.
And making memories together. Turn yours around. Let's do a cheers. Get your mug.
All right.
Let's do it.
All right.
Yeah, that's real glass, y'all. That's not no porcelain. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Is it? But I don't know.
then we have this one.
Okay.
This one here is without the photo.
Okay, without the photo.
So you can wear it anywhere you go. I wear it all the time. It's a reminder that there's a missing person in my life, and that she's walking with me, basically.
What else does it? See, you wore it with the dress. What else does it pair well with because the weather's getting nice, and sometimes you don't want to wear too much because it is getting nice. It might get a little hot. What else would you pair it with? Is it something you can wear to the gym?
You can wear it. Well, you can dress it up or dress it down.
Okay.
Because I've seen people that even wear this you can make it chain longer.
Okay.
And then have a gold chain, just a regular gold chain.
Like New Jack City.
Kind of layer it. And I do layer mine too. With this one, sometimes I'll wear this one and this one, so that on the front side I see her. Then at the top, it's just a layered look. And you have a special going on today where you're giving away a locket for the people. No, for today. We're gonna do it today too. We're gonna meet y'all today where y'all at. No, so you're saying only for the people who come to the live events, to the events that we have, the events.
So you have a live event coming up. You have several events. Yes. You have some in the South.
Yes, I have one in North Carolina.
Tell the audience.
I have one in North Carolina that's coming up in Selma, North Carolina. It's on June the 7th. And only those people who actually come, they send me their photos, and I actually give them a keychain with a picture of their loved one in it. Those are free, but only for those people who actually show up.
And that form is listed below. So the cool part is you can upload the death date, the birth date, your name, their name, and the photo of your loved one that you would like inside of that locket. And we'll get it to you. You come to the live events. There's an event, like she said, in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And there's another event, North Carolina, right? South Carolina? North Carolina. And there's, what else? You got another one?
Yeah, just one here.
And then May 31st, yes, the Cosplay Healing Theory event, which is going to be going down at the Maryland Innovation Center, right?
If they send one in here and they come, then they too can get one.
So I'm telling y'all, I heard y'all, she's not been there. You must submit here and attend the event. And tickets are going fast. Last I checked, they were sold out. So if you didn't do it yet, make sure you did it. Tell me about that locket. You get the relative's face in the locket.
Yes, actually, yes. I didn't bring one of those here because those are the ones that I use as a promotion to get to let people know.
And they're really beautiful, very beautiful.
Very nice. I've had grown men cry when they get them, and what they say is, "I'm never going to use this. I'm never going to use it." I said, "But you can if you want to." They said, "No, this is so precious. I'm not going to use it. I'm never going to use it." I said, "But you can." So it's just it warms my heart each time somebody says that, and they say, "This is the best thing I've ever had."
I think what's so special, especially in this moment, you hand do these yourself.
Well, I designed all of these.
Right, absolutely.
I actually had to have some. That's one reason it took me so long to
absolutely
get the business up, was because I had difficulties getting someone to make what I needed.
Uh-huh.
And so I didn't want to make junk. So I just said,
We don't want to
this
be
piece-
mediocre.
right,
That's right.
So I wanted to do as best I can to give you what I want. But the other thing that we have is we have refrigerator magnets. And remember, you just kind of want little snippets of time to say, okay, I need a moment. When you're in the kitchen, whatnot, of course, we have our symbol. These come in a set of 4. One is the symbol. The other one says, memories are timeless. A legacy of love.
Wow.
And then I remember.
I remember. Wow.
One of the other things that I like is, let me show you my teddy bear though. Now this is awesome.
Okay, tell me about
Because
teddy
I was
bear.
talking to some people who actually they said, we miss having someone on the other side of the bed where a spouse had passed away and whatnot, and they just missed, there was nobody on the other side of the bed. So I said, why not give them something to hold on to? So what we did here, this one is personalized, but also when you lift it up, you see the picture of your loved one, and you can hug it, hold it as much as you want. And then when you've gotten your moment, then you can close it back down and put it back on the other side of the bed, waiting for the next moment, or next time that you need a hug, or you need to just share it with them. So this one too is personalized. So you can put a name, I think up to like 10 characters on this one, but that is a separate charge. And this one, I think the price is like $94 something, $94, $99, something like that. But the personalization is extra. So how about this teddy bear? Oh, wow. So one of the other things that I like is a keychain. Right now, the other keychain that I have there's a photo in it, and I will have another one. This one here, for people who don't necessarily want a photo, this one says, cherishing memories and honoring legacies. I can't forget, I won't forget, I remember the people that are missing from my life. So each time you see this symbol, I want you to think, there's an unspoken word every time you see this symbol that is saying, I can't forget, I won't forget, I remember the people that are missing from my life. That's what this symbol says. So it speaks without a word. So on any apparel or any jewelry or items that you see this symbol on, you're going to know that they're honoring a deceased loved one. They are saying that they're here. They're here still with me, and it's okay. I'm okay. We do have cuff bracelets also. If you just need a cuff bracelet, it comes in gold and silver. I think these are like $38 or something like that.
Yeah, I love these cuff bracelets.
Yep.
I have on the gold, and it really, when I tell you this goes so good with this royal blue. I mean, is this royal? I can't really tell. I got like dog vision.
Yeah,
It's blue. It's blue. So, but it looks really good. Let me see. Hold on.
Yep. All right. Yeah.
I'm him. I'm trying to tell y'all.
But let me tell you what I like.
Mm-hmm.
Oftentimes at funerals and whatnot, you see people who have T-shirts on because they want to be in solidarity with the family of the one that passed away, especially young people. So I thought, why don't we have, and I do have some funeral home customers also, why don't we have these silicone bands? They're relatively inexpensive, but they do what the T-shirt does, except you can wear it longer than you can a T-shirt.
But I want you to hold that. I want you to tell them about that after moments of our sponsors. Okay. Yeah, because I want to know more about these silicone bands because I like the gold, but I feel like I can get away with wearing those when I'm playing basketball.
Definitely.
We're going to have to talk about that. We'll be right back in a moment. Y'all, you're doing great.
I remember your voice. I remember your smile.
All right, so Tiffany,
I remember the way
you're gonna
you
be
held
up.
me, even just for a while.
Going to the wristband.
I remember the light.
The necklace that she's
I
wearing.
remember the rain.
Get your free custom locket when you submit the form. Upload a photo, tell us who you're remembering, and we'll create a keepsake you can hold close forever.
When I wear this heart, I remember.
Imagine stepping into a therapy session feeling unsure and overwhelmed. But what if you can walk in with confidence and a clear mind? At the Eudaimonia Project, we bridge the gap between uncertainty and empowerment, providing tools and guidance to help individuals make the most of their journey. Inspired by the challenges many face when seeking mental health support, we set out to create a space where preparation meets progress. We understand that the first step into therapy, it can be daunting. That's why we offer essential prep work through workshops, support groups, and educational resources. Our services are designed to empower you. From interactive workshops and support groups to comprehensive resources, we ensure that you're ready for every step of your therapeutic journey. Join us at the Eudaimonia Project. Together, we can transform uncertainty into confidence and make a lasting impact on your mental health journey. Let's bridge the gap to a brighter future.
Okay, all right, good job.
And we're back.
So, welcome back. Let's talk about this bracelet, this beautiful charm bracelet that you have here.
Yes, it's made out of stainless steel, and it is customizable. There are several other charms that are there. I thought that they would accent the puzzle piece as well, just to give it a little bit of, so you can wear it anytime that you want to. So there's no you can dress it up or dress it down with whatever apparel you're wearing, just like your,
just like what I'm wearing
just
now.
like you're
It
wearing
goes
now.
perfectly.
Yeah, it's perfect with it. And you could dress it up if you wanted to. There's no wrong way or right way with it.
Now, let's talk about each of the individual charms here, because I see that each one of them have like a different message on it.
Yes. Well, one is an angel, because a lot of people love angels and whatnot. And you think of your loved one that they too now are an angel. Then, of course, we have our puzzle piece. We have the cross, which is significance in most of our lives. And then we have a star, a diamond, a little diamond, just to have something, a little something to
Oh, here's
say
the
that.
cross.
Mhm. We have a little diamond here just to kind of show it off and to give it a little more girth and whatnot. Um, Pretty much that's it. And then also you have the puzzle piece, which is the main event. Okay.
And then I noticed this one here. It says, I love you. I don't know if you can see that. But then if you flip it on the other side, there's a loved one's name on it.
Yes, they are personalizable up to 10 characters. You can make them. You can use more characters, but then the more characters, the smaller the number's going to be. The visual is going to be. So that's why I like to see the name rather than just knowing that the long name is there. But I like to see the names. But it's your choice.
I love
And then
it.
this does come in gold and silver, and these are stainless steel, so they are very, very well kept. Okay. Now we looked at. I see you paired it with a cuff bracelet. The cuff bracelet has I remember on it. Sometimes you just want something to go with your outfit and whatnot, and you may not necessarily want as much color. So we paired it with just the I remember on there. So you know it because it's personal to you. It's personal to you to say, I remember the missing person in my life. Okay. And then
Again, as you said, it comes in silver and gold.
gold and silver. Yep. And here we have our neck. See, you have on the photo necklace, and I have on the one that's the pendant.
Oh, okay. So tell us about each one.
Okay. The pendant does not have a photo in it, and it's just meant to have something little on you to carry you, just to carry you through. This one is made out of sterling silver. So, and these two are made out of sterling silver. There is no photo on this one, but you can layer them also. With hers, you see the symbol on the front, but if you flip it over, there's your loved one, close to your heart still. How about that?
That's
Close
nice.
to your heart. So you can, and that way you don't have to open it up, worry about it falling out. Just flip it over, and then you can wear this. You could pair this with that. So you have on both of them.
So it's like layered.
It's layered. Yes.
And that's nice because when I think of my mom, then I would just hold my necklace and
Yes.
just say,
Yes.
I remember you, Mom.
Yes. Yep. And it makes you feel warm and cuddly inside.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It's good. So one of the things that I like is I always think about healing power of remembrance and how it helps us to go from one moment to another moment until we can go from an hour to a day and whatnot. So that's why I developed this line because it was just a labor of love to say thank you for all that you've done for me. Thank you for being there for me. Thank you for all that you've done and how you taught me. Now I teach my children all the things that she taught me.
That's right.
So that's the whole point of remembering. When you think about symbols, symbols speak without a word. And sometimes people don't always want to, they don't want to talk about, they don't know how you're going to feel when there's a loss and whatnot. But you had a symbol, the symbol speaks. And then in this case, this symbol says, I can't forget. I won't forget. I remember the person that's missing from my life. And it also says, you were important to me. There's no greater gift than a gift of life. And that gift is made more precious when it's filled with the memories we create with our loved ones. So we create them with our loved ones. We can't bring them back, but we can remember them. We can remember them by using these items. They're, to me, I didn't find it in the marketplace, but I wanted to create them for you and for me so that we have something tangible to hold on to think of our loved one. Does that make sense?
It does. It does. Speaking of these items in here, do you want to talk about this one
Certainly.
here? This one looks really beautiful, and it
yes.
stood out to me. This
Yes.
is the first one I noticed.
Now, this is an urn. This is an urn necklace. You can actually put ashes inside of the urn. and wear it. Wear your loved one on your chest if you like.
Oh,
So it is an urn.
oh, it is.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's an urn.
This is lovely.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I love the blue. It's a sapphire.
Mhm.
So pretty.
So blue, actually, in my view, is happiness and
Mhm.
sadness. And you can't open it. Okay. The bond, you can't open it here. It opens here, but what usually the person that has to put in there is usually the funeral home director, because we want to make sure that it stays in. You know, the ashes and whatnot stay in. So it comes in two pieces. We actually, it screws in. They will seal it with the ashes in there, so you never have to worry about them coming out.
Oh, so you bring that to the
Yes.
funeral home
Yes.
and you say, I
Yes.
would like for my
Yes.
loved one's ashes
Yes.
to go in here, and they'll
Yes.
go ahead and do it.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
this is
And
nice.
speaking of funeral homes, I do have some funeral homes now who are a part of my group. And one of the things that they liked was that when they had customers come in, they would give them one of these. They would give it to their customers who came in, and they thought that they were so touched that their customer gave them this just walking in the door, because they wanted them to know that there is healing in the power. There's healing in the power of remembrance. And so then they said, well, can we give some of these to the people who are going to go to the funeral? We said, of course. So they purchased these. They passed them out at the time that they go to the house to take to start the funeral. And then they pass them out to all the participants, who family members and people that are at the house, so that they can be in solidarity with. One of them says, I remember the missing person in my life. That missing person happens to be the person that funeralizing that day. So they wear these with them, and then they don't have to worry about taking it off. They can carry it with them for eternity if they like. So that was one of the good things that we found out with our silicone wristbands. They're very inexpensive. You can get them in bulk. You can get them online, but also you have to let me know that you want them in bulk and how many you need. There's a special price just for the bulk rate, and actually there's a bulk rate for each one of the items. So if anybody wants them in bulk, we can certainly do that. Okay.
And they can do all of that on your site.
They can do that on the site. Well, they can tell me how many they want, and then the rates will be there. Or contact me on the site, and we will come up with the pricing for them.
You want to tell me about this one?
Yes.
Oh, was there something else you wanted to say?
Well, I wanted to say this one. This is it looks like a decal. It is a decal. It's a decal that goes on your car. And oftentimes you see people with little animals and whatnot on their cars and whatnot, talking about their loved one, or you may see pictures of them and whatnot. So we have a decal, and that decal says, I remember the person that's missing from my life. That's what it says. So it's on the back of your car. It's only $10, and you can carry it with you. Then you were asking me about this one?
Yes, I noticed this.
Mm-hmm. You share
Yes,
that.
we got that one.
Mm-hmm. This is a keychain. And this keychain says, cherishing memories, and honoring legacies. I remember the missing person in my life. And on the back of it, it shows you a silhouette of the person. And it says, I can't forget, I won't forget, I remember the person that's missing from my life. So it gives you something else too. It gives you something to hold on to. It gives you something to imagine that your loved one is right here with you, and you carry them with you each day. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay. So we actually, what's coming though is a military line and a pet line.
Oh,
So
let's talk about it.
Yes. We love our pets. We love our military. And oftentimes, we have losses there. But we want to highlight those losses and let them know that just because they're not here, they're not gone. They're still a part of our life. So therefore, the military line and the pet line is coming.
Great. That's wonderful, because I know a lot of pet owners, their furry loved ones have gone on. I'm one of them. So I would love to get one in remembrance of my Talbert. He was such a sweet kitty. And, you know, I'll never forget him. My daughters, they'll never forget him. He was our emotional support animal, and he was so affectionate. So we would love to be able to remember him, not just in memory, but have something tangible that we could have as well.
And one of the things that, you know, I'd like to do is to have people come, you know, they can suggest things that they would like that would be meaningful to them. Because I want things that are meaningful to people. Something that's meaningful for pets, something that's meaningful to, that would mean something to them to hold on to as a tangible item.
Absolutely.
So I talked about the refrigerator magnets. And we have talked about, I think we talked about all of them.
And also, we showcased the silver bracelet, but here's the
Yes.
gold one that
me
she
take it
was
around.
talking about.
Here's the gold one. So it comes in silver and gold.
That's beautiful.
Keep that up, talk about it.
All right, you want to talk about it? I'll hold it.
You can.
So,
Yes. So one of the things we just look at silver, a lot of people just, they love gold more so than silver. So that's why we wanted to make sure that everybody has the ability to be comfortable with whatever they like. And because remember, this is a personal journey that we go on to regarding memory and remembering people that we care about. This too has been, you can actually personalize it also with 10 characters on each side. There is an extra charge for that though. But that is available.
Hold it up.
so it has the heart, the angels, the cross, everything that the silver
Everything
one
that the
has.
silver one has, it has to.
What would you pair it with?
Actually, we have cuff bracelets that we can pair it with also. You can pair it with that. Also, any other gold or silver jewelry that you're wearing that day. Say you decide, okay, I don't want to wear this necklace, but I want to wear a different necklace and whatnot. Then you'll still pair well with whatever metal that you wear on your neck.
Okay, this is good. Thank you so much for showcasing all of your product lines.
Thank you.
And, you know, I've been looking at this bear. You know, when my mom passed away, I wanted something to remember her by. And the only thing at the moment that I had was a pillow that she slept on.
Okay.
And it had her scent. And I would hug it. But this is much better because I could have, like you said, the picture that goes inside, and then I can.
You can snip a piece of a fabric and put it in there and where the picture is, so that you still have her scent. Okay, turn the bear around and lift it up. So there you can also put you can snip it up in there, have a picture in there as well as her scent.
Nice. That's very nice. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. And again, so your next event is going to be?
The next event is actually going to be the 31st with Cosmo Cosplay. And then the next one is actually going to be June the 7th in Selma, North Carolina.
Great, great, great. Well, thank you again for showcasing your products.
Thank you so much.
We would love to have you again, especially once the military line opens up and the pet line. We would love to see those pieces.
Certainly. Thank you so much again.
All right.
Please join me and let this be the symbol for remembrance. We need a symbol for remembrance. Let this be that symbol for remembrance, because it's going to give you what you need, which is to say, I can't forget, I won't forget, I remember the people that are missing from my life. Thank you so much.
Okay. Great job, everyone.
Great.
How did you
back? My name is Emmanuel Sims, and I'm inviting you on May 31st to the Maryland Innovation Center to our Cosplay Healing Theory. I'm super excited to introduce our keynote speaker, Johanna Jo Flores. She's a transformative leader and a superhero for inclusive learning. So make sure you join us May 31st at the Cosplay Healing Theory. We can't wait to see you there.
I've been player one. pushing through the levels, fighting for us, dodging all the devils. But the screen is flickering and I can't ignore. This heart of mine's not beating like before.
Hello, my name is Tiffany Stepney, and I'm excited to share with you the Eudaimonia Project. Life can be overwhelming, but remember, you have the power to find calm in the chaos. Let's explore simple techniques to manage stress and bring peace to your day. From mindful breathing to grounding exercises, discover how small steps can make a big difference. However, we can't do it alone. We need your help to continue providing resources in our community by pledging any amount, $25, $50, or more. Your support will make a difference. Thank you in advance for joining us on this journey. Together, we can create a more peaceful and balanced world.
Back. My name is Emmanuel Sims, and I'm inviting you on May 31st to the Maryland Innovation Center to our Cosplay Healing Theory. I'm super excited to introduce our keynote speaker, Johanna Jo Flores. She's a transformative leader and a superhero for inclusive learning. So make sure you join us May 31st at the Cosplay Healing Theory. We can't wait to see you there.
I've been player one, pushing through the levels, fighting for us, dodging all the devils. But the screen is flickering and I can't ignore. This heart of mine's not beating like before.
I come from a very, very supportive wife. I do, a hugely supportive wife. And then I come from a very proud, influential, you can do anything family. My older brother and my older sister, they've never thought I couldn't do anything. My brother is proud of me, but I don't impress him because he expects this out of me. He expects me to have a good life. And he'll tell you, there's probably, other than my wife, there's probably not a person walking the planet more proud of me than him.
How many years older?
2, but almost 3. But he's not at all impressed by me. If someone says to him, man, ain't you impressed, right? MF don't impress me, man. He's cool. I'm happy for him. He's good. I'm proud of him. But I ain't impressed by that dude. And I know everyone who knows my brother know there's not a lot that impress him. I want to also answer your question about what's the biggest myth between career and marriage. The biggest myth is that you can't be successful in both. That's bull. That is absolutely not true. The truth is, the person who you select to spend the rest of your life with, that individual has to have the same kind of mindset of success with you and understand that we have to balance the two. My wife works just as hard as me, if not harder. My wife is a boss at her company, just like me. But we know that none of that works if what we have, our relationship, isn't fed and it isn't the core factor for all of our success. Absolutely.
Wow.
But that's a myth. You can't have a successful marriage and successful career.
Why don't people believe that? Why do they think that?
Because what you see on TV, what you see on social media, what you see is divorce. And everyone doesn't understand that every time someone's divorced, it's not because someone cheated. It's not because, well, he paid more attention to his job. That happens. Or she put more time in her career than she did. Yeah, that stuff happens. But there's many other reasons. People grow apart.
Right.
That's probably the biggest reason why people divorce. They just grow apart. People outgrow each other. And so this I've never really, I don't think that you only can have one. Or the people say, oh.
Ever had an argument so confusing you started questioning your own memory? Like, wait, did that even happen? Congratulations, you just got gaslit. Gaslighting is when someone twists reality, making you feel crazy for something you know is true. They say, that never happened, you're too sensitive, or you're overreacting. Sound familiar? It's emotional manipulation at its finest, and it happens in relationships, friendships, even at work. That's why I wrote Bitch. Is you gaslighting me? the hilarious No BS Guide to Spotting Gaslighting and Shutting It Down. If you're tired of feeling confused, manipulated, or like the problem when you know you're not, this book is for you. Grab your copy now and reclaim your reality. Link in bio.
Think you know everything about depression?